good old boy, he's got a story to tell. Tavin will mow your grass and make it look so well. Now Tavin goes donut goals when in town he comes, getting strength for his haunches to cannonball for fun. Tavin ramping up the holler, Tavin trying to make a dollar, Tavin.
Welcome to the Tavin Dillard Podcast, y'all guys. Season 12. There's been 11 before this one. Episodes 12. There's been 11 episodes this season before this one. I believe that's how that worked. I got Tavin's Lawn Care Services, mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. Welcome in, y'all guys. So much going on. Firstly, it's March the 4th. You know about that? I mean, we are in the merry month of March. I love this month. And you know what else? It's the only day of the year with a command in it. March 4th. It's telling you what to do, y'all guys. And so we celebrating today by, well, I don't know, doing another podcast episode. How's about that? So that's good. I've been hearing from y'all. Daniel sent in a couple questions. I think I'm going to hold off on Daniel's. We got the Q&A coming up. I think, I've been doing Q&A every week now, like answering y'all's questions. But I think we're still going to do a Q&A. Maybe if I look at the end, I'm like, well, I don't have enough questions because I answered them all throughout the season of the episode. I had to figure it out. I mean, maybe things is changing over here at the Tavin Dillard Podcast. I do not know exactly. I've been going live more. Last week I did a TikTok and Instagrams. Don't know if I did Facebooks. Anyhow, it's good to see y'all, talk with y'all, connect with folks, It's like a live show, except I can't hear y'all, but, we do more interacting. I respond to the comments. I guess there's some Q&A going on there on the lives. I guess the bad thing about that is I never have a plan when I'm going to do it. If it was, it'd probably be better if I said, tune in Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time, and we'll hang out. But I just think, oh, hey, my work day's done. Let me hop on here and say hey to my friends, and then, it's whoever happens to be piddling around the social media sites on the worldwide interwebs at that time. Had some folks in the UK. We was talking about beans and toast. I got friends in Australia, so, some days you talking to folks and it's already the next day over there. That's a hoot of a thing too. So one thing I did here recently was try them Dr. Pepper Peeps. Now, I shot the video last week, and so today, I don't know when I'm going to post that thing. So there's a chance right now it may already be on the interweb. It may have gotten posted before this podcast goes live. But boy, the Dr. Pepper Peeps, I'll just tell you what I thought. Now, on the live last week, I'd already shot the video, but I ain't posted it, so I wasn't telling people what I thought. But them Dr. Pepper Peeps, here's the deal. You know what a peep is? It's like a marshmallow bird. They have them around, I feel like Easter's is when I see them mostly. But I don't know what that has to do with Easter's. But it's a bird, and you just bite its head off, or unless you start with the tail part. But you eat a bird that's shaped like a marshmallow. Nope. That's wrong. You eat a marshmallow that's shaped like a little bird, and they call them peeps. Now, I don't know why. Is that the sound a baby bird makes? Peep, peep? I ain't sure about that, because I think you have to have lips to say the word peep, and birds got beaks, and little birds, little tiny baby birds, got little tiny baby bird beaks. So I think they say chirp, or chirp, or bah, man. I don't know. See, I'm trying to talk like I have a beak, but that's the science behind it. I ain't got a beak. I got lips. So I don't know. But anyways, them peeps, it don't matter no how about the anatomy of a bird at this point, y'all guys. What's going on here is that I tried the peeps that are the color of Dr. Pepper, or like the maroon color of the cans, I guess. And then the flavor. So you bite into it. And I'll tell you right now, when I smelt that thing out the package, it smelled like Dr. Pepper. Now, it don't sound like Dr. Pepper because you get an ice cold Dr. Pepper just poured into a cup, and it's ice cold because there's ice in the cup too, and you just hear it, boy, it's falling over them little pieces of ice, boy, like water over rocks in an old spring, but then it fizzes a little bit because of the carbonation in it. It's got the fizzy stuff inside it. They make it that way. Boy, didn't you know the sound of an ice cold Dr. Pepper? Well, the Peep don't sound like an ice cold Dr. Pepper. I mean, come on, I don't know how they do that. But if you got your eyes closed and you take a sniff, you'd be like, buddy, that smell like a Dr. Pepper. Now, I got a problem with bacon-flavored things. Y'all might know that about me. I mean, I've had bacon-flavored soda pop. There's bacon-flavored chewing gum. I think there's bacon-flavored mints. I'm looking at my trailer right now. I got bacon bandages, like a Band-Aid, which I don't eat them. I got chalk that looks like bacon, like you could draw on the sidewalk, I guess, with it. The sidewalks in my town are kind of rough. On the streets that have sidewalks, a lot of folks just walk in the street. And I got bacon-flavored lip balm. And I tell you, I ain't never had bacon-flavored nothing that tasted good to me, except bacon. I love bacon, but all this other stuff, it's like, no, thank you. I can't do it. So when I hear Dr. Pepper flavored Peeps, I think, oh, buddy, this is going to be disgusting. And I have to tell y'all guys, I was pleasantly surprised by the Dr. Pepper Peeps. Here's the deal. It tasted like Dr. Pepper in a marshmallow. And I think that's exactly the point. So I would say the people at the Peeps factory dialed that one in. So if you like Dr. Pepper and you like them marshmallow Peeps, I think you're going to enjoy them. Now, if you want to drink a Dr. Pepper, no, don't do that. Don't get a Peep because you can't drink it. It's a marshmallow, y'all guys, shaped like a bird. But yeah, I'd say go for it. I mean, festive times of years. Apparently the spring's the time to eat marshmallow-shaped birds. And what better kind than a Dr. Pepper one? And, you know, I don't work for the Peeps company or the Dr. Pepper company. I ain't trying to sell their product just to, you know, because they paid me to. I'm just telling you I tried it because I liked the Dr. Pepper and I was curious about them Peeps. You know, they got me. You see the packaging, you're like, boy, that's very interesting to me. Could this be? What could this be? And actually what happened was I posted a picture on the Instagrams and somebody said, we need a taste test. And I thought, you know what? I reckon you do. I reckon you do. So I did. And that video, if it ain't up already, it should be up soon. Me splaining that and eating that Peep. Biting the head off a little marshmallow bird like that away. I want to get to something else today too. Got a friend here that listens to the podcast. Now this is a little early, but basically I got the message and I wanted to do it before I forgot about it. So Mackenzie, she hollered at me and, you know, text messaged me. You know my phone number, y'all guys. I'll put it in the show notes, but it's 501-322-6249. And, well, Mackenzie, here we go. I won't tell everybody what your text message said because I'll just say it and then they'll know what it said. Hey, Jake Brown, do you know what's better than being 38-year-old? That's right, buddy, turning 39 years old. Now, Jake Brown is turning 39 on March 15. So happy early birthday, buddy. Maybe you can save this and listen to it in, you know, what is that, 11 days from now. But hey, once the calendar turns, it's your birthday month. The whole month is a celebration. So happy birthday, Jake. I hope you have a good one there. Now let me get in to what we going to talk about today. Little team meeting. Folks on the lives have been asking me, how's Team Burger Shed? How's softball season? What's going on? Well, y'all guys, the spring, summer season ain't started yet. It's going to be later in April, and we just barely into March, so we ain't there, but we talking, and I want to tell y'all about a little, I guess you'd call it a team meeting that happened. Mort Dwydell had some ideas, okay? I ain't mad at him, but he had some ideas about, hey, what if we did something different? I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. And then, of course, Memaw's New Year's resolutions. Now we're into March. We got one of the two done. I'm actually pretty pleased about that. I mean, say what you want. A resolution, usually if you're going to lose like weight or you're going to do something that takes time, I mean, that's the answer. It takes time. You ain't going to knock out all your New Year's resolutions in January, I don't think. And now a lot of us quit them in January, but that's a different story. Here's the thing. we in March, and I already done got one of them done. I got the clothesline up, and by saying I got it up, Coach Hicks got it up, but you know, I was like the producer. Like I was trying to get help and finally found some help because I didn't know what I was doing. So now we got the next thing on the list, the baby doll case. So I want to let y'all know about that. I've been driving my Ford Ranger more and more, but I needed some bike time this week. Weather was too nice, y'all guys, to be inside a truck when I could be on my bike with the wind on my shoulders and my hair. And so I've been doing a little more, you know, curve hopping, ditch ramping. And when you live in the same town as long as me, you know where them good ditches are and even the different levels of difficulty on them ditches. And so it's kind of an exciting little obstacle course, you might say. So I stretched the haunches on the old bike, but mostly got some lawns done till I had to get to them lawns. Then the lawns keep growing, so I keep mowing. That's how it is. It's like, well, I got them lawns done. You turn around, oh, they growed again. I better go mow some more lawns kind of thing. So that's been good. I mean, that's my business. That's my livelihood. So I'm excited to be able to do the work I do. Y'all know I've been tooling around, and lo and behold, you know, Memaw got that clothesline, like I said, and she's drying all kinds of clothes, all kinds of towels, whatnot. You know, things that you put on a clothesline, anything that gets dried as far as like a clothes go. And she's been more concerned now about making some money for that Branson trip, but don't think that means I'm out of the woods yet when she's over there focused on her fundraising and not focused on the baby doll display case. She knows what she asked me to do, and I know what she asked me to do. So now we try to, you know, I'm trying not to get in any more trouble. You probably know I was close to a baby doll case prototype if you listened to the podcast recently. Had it in my pocket till I needed to help Gracie Dilroy's sister Delandra get ginger peach iced tea off her neck once she got out of that Meetin tank. That's the short version. If you need the whole story, you can go back and listen to last week's episode of the podcast to hear what happened there. This week I seen Mort Dwydell at the burger shed. Certainly not the first time I run into old Mort, but he wanted to talk, right? I told y'all about this team meeting. Well, buckle up. It wasn't like he needed life advice, nothing like that. It wasn't like, oh, I need some help with a situation with a relationship or person in my life. But he did want to have like a serious talk. I mean, I could tell on his face. I was like, you probably asking like, what kind of talk, Tavin? Well, is everything okay with Mort? Oh, he's fine. Don't even worry. Mort Dwydell is fine. But before I get into all that, you have to know that I finally have to finish that baby doll display case. So I don't know if I ever had anything hang over my head like this project, but here I am. And so I know I was going to tell you about this burger shed thing, and I got us all inside the burger shed with Mort. And I have to tell y'all, even as I'm telling it right now, the baby doll display case is what's really hanging on me. As much as Mort wanted to talk about something, and he my buddy, and I did care about it, I'm thinking, how in the world do you make a baby doll display case? Is that even a thing? You know, but I already assumed, you know, now that we in March, and Memaw been talking about it so long that it exists, that these things are something that people do. I don't know. But I'm over here thinking like I'm in over my head on this project. But here I am. So between the mowing lawns and helping clients, I got this to do too. First order of business, as they say, was to get my prototype back from Donnie Wayne. You know, he wrote it on that napkin, and that's the one I wiped that ginger peach iced tea would run the whole prototype. So he put together that sketch, and I lost it. So I'm supposed to meet Donnie Wayne for lunch at the burger shed. So that's why I'm in there, you know, when I see Mort. Which in town, that's closer for me because I was doing more biking than truck riding this last week. And so if I can just get on over to the burger shed on my bike, that's easier than getting all the way out to the outside of town on Donnie Wayne's property where he has that tool shed or the repair shed next to fishing clips at the lake. So I told him I'd get his lunch if he met me at the burger shed, so that's a little incentive too. It'd be the second time now I was trying to get his lunch for him. Last time Rance Farnhart ended up giving us free meals, so I didn't pay for Donnie Wayne or myself out at fishing clips. But this time though, I was ready to pay, really hoping that this display case don't cost me much more money. I did 3 lawns in town. I went straight to the burger shed, and I actually left the bike at home today, did the 93 Ford Ranger, and the bike was just at the trailer. Sometimes I keep it in the back of the truck, and I'm like, well, I'll ride around from here, but I didn't. I'm early to meet Donnie Wayne. That's when I see Mort Dwydell in the parking lot. And he looks pretty focused. I didn't know what was going on, but he's definitely focused. He wasn't kind of loosey-goosey and just joking and happy. And, like he had something he needed to do. Something was on his mind. You know, you see somebody and you're like, boy, something's on their mind. That's what I thought when I saw Mort. I might even said that inside my head to myself, like, boy, something's on Mort's mind, like that away. I can't really read the emotion all the time, but I figure it was something. I couldn't say, oh, he's feeling a little coy, or he's a little bit shy, or he's a little bit fearful or scared. Like I couldn't tell what. I just said something's going on. That's close as I got, to what was going on with him. And I'm like, basically, Mort's probably got something to say, at least that. So he got a pickup truck. Mort drive one of those, and he drops a tailgate right there. Like he wasn't even about to get in the burger shed. I was pretty sure he wanted to talk to me, but I don't know what the deal is yet. And Mort's eyes are darting this way and that. And it's like, boy, is somebody coming to get him? Like he's steady thinking, but maybe he's thinking or looking around. I don't know what the eye darting around meant yet, at this point. But it's like he's trying to figure out how to say whatever he wants to say, like a little bit of nervous, So I just say, Mort, are you waiting for somebody? I'm about to meet up with Donnie Wayne inside here. He goes, oh yeah, Tavin, I gotta pick up a birthday cake from my daughter, but I had a thought about softball season before I get that thing. So I don't know if he's getting a sheet cake or what kind. I mean, them real popular, and then you can just have them write cursive, or a lot of folks don't know how to write cursive no more, so it's regular writing, I guess, or you can get a picture on it like Shrek or something like that. I don't know what the kids are into, but anyhow, he was going to get a birthday cake. And I said, okay, Mort, it's almost time, ain't it? If you got to pick something up. He goes, yeah. And then I said, softball season, we got a minute, but I'm happy to talk about it, He goes, yeah, but I think there's something we should do differently this season. So now all of a sudden I think, well, okay, so I guess whatever he has to say about softball season, pretty serious to Mort. He wants to do something different. And I was like, are you quitting, Mort? Because I don't know about y'all guys, but I don't like to beat around the bush. If there's something we got to do, let's just land that plane and talk about it. So I asked him if he's quitting. He goes, oh, no, I plan on playing this season. I was just thinking we should have, he kind of looking around. I was just thinking we should have tryouts. And I said, for our softball team? And Mort kindly nods. He goes, I just think maybe we could really compete, if we had tryouts. I was like, Mort, we just went to the championship game last season, and we won it all the season before. You want to start recruiting college players or something? And he says, well, I just thought it'd be different. That's what he says. And 20-23, y'all guys, is when we won the championship. And I was going to say this. I forgot at the beginning. But this last week, if you go to my website, I'll have it in the show notes today. We marked down 3 shirts, deep discount. And like whatever sizes is left, we just selling them out. But one is the 20-23 Team Burger Shed. It's that 3/4 inch sleeve, go past your elbows. It's the team shirt with the roster on the back. We selling those out because, the ones that got a year on them and it ain't that year no more, we phasing them out. We ain't printing no more. So Team Burger Shed, if you want that championship jersey, you get it there. And then the campaign shirt from last year, Vote Butter and Bacon 20-24. That's a comfy shirt, y'all guys. You need to change oil in your shirt. You got to go to a baby shower. It's good for all occasions, and it's way cheaper right now. And then finally, I'm phasing out the watermelon helmet shirt. Share it, then wear it. So whatever sizes is left, if you need a watermelon helmet shirt, the Butter Bacon campaign shirt, or the Team Burger Shed 2023 championship shirt, them all in the show notes today. Well, it'll just be a link to the shirts, and then you go find them, and you'll be like, oh, them way cheaper than the other shirts on the site right now because we trying to get rid of them. They got to go. So that's just something. If you just need a shirt and you want one for less than normals, those are the 3 to get. So anyways, I was thinking about that right now, and that's why I said it. This Team Burger Shed talk got me thinking about that. So, last thing, anyways, what Mort said, he goes, I just thought we'd be different, like Attaway to me. And I said, it sure would be different, but who's got time for tryouts? And is there somebody on a team right now that you don't want on a team no more? And that's what I'm asking Mort. He goes, oh, no, I like our team, Tavin. You know how you get an idea and you think about it, but you don't talk to nobody about it, but you think about it inside your head, so it's only inside your head. Only thing is, it's only inside your head. Well, I guess that's what happened with Mort. Like all off season, he been kicking around the idea of adult league softball tryouts, and he is nervous with me about bringing it up. And, I mean, listen here, y'all. True, it was not a good idea. But I do think he did the right thing by saying it out loud. That way he can hear it. And I ain't going to lay into Mort. I'm going to just ask a question or two. And after that little chat, the whole softball tryout thing was tabled. You know, once I said, hey, are you quitting? Do you have teammates you think need to quit? And he starts thinking about it, and he's like, no, I think we good, you know. We already have all the guys we probably need, y'all. I mean, JT Whitlow, Rance Farnhart, Cody Mantell's been on our team for a couple seasons now. Of course, Russell Tucker. We got the whole, you know, Brody Childress is out there. I think I said JT Whitlow already, didn't I? Myron Curtis, Mort, you know, who I'm talking to there. I think we good. And I ain't talked to all the fellas, but I figure we'll start having chats soon about everybody that wants to play or who's going to stay on the team. Maybe somebody might rotate off. But Mort got out of that parking lot and off to pick up his daughter's cake, so I think, you know, he was squared away after we had our little chat. I think they was just having a little party at home with the cake and the family, you know, and he did confirm to me that it was a sheet cake. That's what Mort said before he drove away in that pickup. So I head on inside and I slide into a booth at the burger shed. Bud slides a tray in front of me. It's a No. 3 combo meal. That's the one I like the best. It's a bacon double cheeseburger, Dr. Pepper, and curly fries. And when Bud slid that down, I said, hey, you know what I tried this week? Of course, he didn't know. And he said, what is it, Tavin? And I ain't the kind of guy that drags it out. You know, I might ask once, do you know what I did? Of course, they don't. That's just a way of saying, you know, I'm about to tell you what I did. Not like when Myron Curtis years ago said, Tavin, guess what I got for my birthday? And I said, Myron, I ain't going to guess what you got for your birthday. I'm a full-grown man. You a full-grown man. We don't need to play no birthday guessing game. And he goes, come on, guess. Like he really pushed it. And I was like, I ain't going to guess. He goes, come on, Tavin, guess what I got for my birthday? And I said, you got a tethered ball in a backpack. Well, Myron was mad. No, you got to take this seriously. Why would I get a tethered ball in the backpack? Come on, Tavin, guess what I got? I'm like, Myron, I did guess what you got, and I got it wrong. That's how the game's played. Now you tell me what you got. He goes, come on, guess. And I said, you got a fully mature peacock with a squirrel in a headlock, like a portrait of that. And he's like, no. And he got all mad, and he told me that's when he got that moped, you know, that he puts around on, brings Mary Beth Tucker to Bickham's All You Can Eat Catfish Buffet with it. And that fully mature peacock with a squirrel in a headlock, after I told that story years ago, folks said, oh, you got to draw the picture. I drawed the picture. You remember that? And then I auctioned the picture off on eBay. That's a true story. And then I put the picture on shirts and on tank tops and on hoodies and on sweatshirts, the fully mature peacock with a squirrel in a headlock. Wrote a book about it. I think that book's still on my website. Don't matter no how. All I'm saying was, you know, hey, Bud, guess what I tried. He said, I can't guess. And I didn't pull a Myron Curtis and say, no, you got to guess. All I said was, I tried them marshmallow Peeps that taste like the Dr. Pepper. And he's like, did you? I was like, you know what I'm talking about? He goes, oh, yeah, my grandkids love them Peeps. He goes, we get them for the Easters. I was like, I know, they are Easter things. I don't understand why, but they is. And he asked me what I thought about them. I told him, you know, all that kind of thing. And he said, well, maybe I'll get some for my grandbabies. I was like, well, do what you want, but I'm excited to have the real thing right now. That Dr. Pepper's ice cold, and they got the crushed ice at the burger shed, and that took everything up a level too. And they still got biscuits and gravy on a secret menu. Don't matter no how. Anyhow, he told me, Bud's like, I seen you in the parking lot talking with Mort, and I just got your meal ready. I was worried it was going to get cold. You was out there talking to him so long. Well, it wasn't cold. We weren't out there that long. The burger was still hot. The curly fries was hot. The Dr. Pepper was ice cold. We was good to go. And Donnie Wayne, about that time, entered the burger shed, took a seat crossed from me, and Bud said, what's on the agenda, boys? And Donnie Wayne's helping me with a baby doll display case. I tell him, I tell Bud that. I was like, Donnie Wayne's helping me with that. And Bud asked, helping you move it? Helping you paint it? And I was like, oh no, Bud, he's helping me make it. I got to make one. And then Bud squats down at our table. He says, standard size? I'm thinking, standard size? Bud is he's talking like this is something folks actually do. Like he's built one of these before. I don't know how to answer that, Bud. That's what I told him. And he says, well, is it for one baby doll, Tavin, or more than one? Wow. Bud seems to really know what he's talking about. And if this talk is what he wants, then this talk is what he's going to get. And I said, well, it's just for one baby doll, Bud. He said, you tried the scrap wood at the lumber yard? Well, I sure ain't. That's what I tell him. And Bud replied, well, you should. When Donnie Wayne was already sketching up the prototype again on the burger shed knacking, Bud gets excited about stuff. But I wouldn't have guessed a baby doll display case would be something that Bud got excited about. He's peeking over there at Donnie Wayne's drawing, ends up sliding into the booth next to Donnie Wayne, sitting next to him and helping him talk it out. I appreciate Bud's help, but honestly, at this point, I'm like, I got to know the story. I was like, what's the deal, Bud, with you and this baby doll? I'm like, why do you care? And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, you're pretty pumped about a baby doll display case, unless you just like to build stuff, and maybe that's what it is. And he said, both. I just built a little one of these for my grandbaby. I didn't use glass. I tried that plexiglass. We don't want her breaking it and getting hurt. And Bud's explaining like the whole science behind everything. And I was like, okay, grandbaby, of course. Now it makes sense. How hard are these to build, Bud? And Donnie Wayne chimes in, they easy. Bud looks to Donnie Wayne, then back to me, and he gives like a thumbs up. And Bud says, easy is right. Y'all got to know that I'm smiling ear to ear at this point. I mean, this is music to my ears. And I'm thinking, good, because I can't do hard when it comes to construction, y'all guys. Donnie Wayne hands the napkin to Bud to look over. Bud checks it out. He gives it a nod. He's like, oh, we could knock this out quick. And I said, how quick? And Bud says, well, a few days if there's no interruptions. I nod. Bud heads back to the counter as Jerry Don Farnhart walks over. He's in there. That's Rance's daddy. Him and his wife Sybil run the flea market in town. Don't matter no how. He's like, y'all making cartoons? He points to Donnie Wayne's prototype. Not exactly, Jerry Don. I'm on a mission for Memaw. What kind of mission? Flea market might have it, you know. I tell Jerry Don all about the convention and the baby doll case, and he tells me that he's got one at the flea market and he'll give me a good deal on it. And he'll let me return it within 3 days. Reason how come that's a big deal is because all sales are final at the flea market, y'all. They did take back a bad idea I bought for Memaw once too. Note to self, if Memaw ain't asking for no exercise bike, or anything for that matter, do not get it. So I told Jerry Don I'd be by there soon to buy that display case. Problem solved, unless it ain't, and we'll see. And at least I know I got a backup with Bud and Donnie Wayne. I ain't got down there yet, but I do plan to pick it up tomorrow, so I should have an update next week on how much Memaw loves the new baby doll display case that I got at the flea market. Hey, you know that secondhand moo-moo worked out that I got down there? The hunter green with the pictures on it and the peanut brittle in the pocket. So we'll see. Donnie Wayne did give me the new prototype, told me to holler if I need him to help get that thing built. I hope I don't need him, because that'd mean that Memaw thought the one I bought was good to go, or wasn't good to go. So I hope she likes that one and I don't have to bother Donnie Wayne no more. Now I got to remember to take this napkin prototype out of my pocket so before I send my pants through the wash. Lots of things to remember right now. I can't believe it's already time to start thinking about softball again, but I am. And apparently Mort Dwydell's been chewing on it all off season. I guess all the fellas are coming back, like I said, but that's a conversation that just ain't happened yet. So I'll let y'all know when I know. All right, y'all, I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on the Tavin Dillard podcast today. Spring is here, almost here. Seems like it. At least it's getting pretty close. I like them clear, sunny days. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Please leave me a comment if you can and rate the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. Check them show notes for all that's going on. I have my number in there and I have my email in there. If you want to shoot me an email this week or text message this week, you can send in questions. I may answer them next week. I may save them for the Q&As. And if you want them shirts that are discounted, you'll see the watermelon helmet is way for on sale for way down price, however you say it. The Vote Butter Bacon shirt is too, and the Team Burger Shed 20-23. Check them out if you want discounted shirts this week, and you can see all my other shirts on there too. So I have that link in there, and then the usual, gmail.com, Tavin Dillard. Folks have been asking for business commercials, so I've been in touch with quite a few businesses that are asking me if I can do a commercial for them. I'm happy to get the details to you and talk about that. All right, y'all guys, that's all I know. Be in touch. And hey, if you got a piece of sheet cake at Mort Dwydell's daughter's birthday party this week, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tavin Dillard. This is a Tavin Dillard podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.